Hello, everyone. Hello, my friend Antonio. One more month. Time is just flying. I remember us together last month here for this webinar. It's great to have all of you joining this webinar on Zoom. And when the Zoom room is full, you can also watch it on YouTube and LinkedIn. Okay, so we are streaming into all these platforms to make sure that everyone that wants to watch can watch. For those on Zoom, please use the Q&A to ask questions, okay, and the chat to make comments and to talk with other colleagues, okay? How are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you, Ricardo. Good to see you. We had a really good week with
Yeah.
our masterclass number
Masterclass.
8.
Yeah, we see
Yeah.
some of the students here, so it's very nice. And I want to start by making a request for you. We already received 840 responses on our research, and we would love really to reach out to 1,000. So we need your help. So it's 3 minutes of your time. This is the QR code, and the link is this below here, surveymonk.com r research. If you know someone that is on the project management field, help us share this with them in order to have really a great picture. Remember, we are not selling this. This is
No,
not a paid research.
no.
Every single result will be shared with all of you for free. The report will be free, everything it's available. We really want just to understand what is going on. So your support is very nice on that. So Antonio, one more time with our webinar. So I
Crazy.
want to start with some quick updates to you. Some very good news about our certification. As I said to you last month, Spanish, French, and Brazilian Portuguese were already ready last month, and now Italian and Chinese are also ready. When I say ready, means the mock exam, the exam, and all the prep material with subtitles. We are now working on the Arabic to release it. We put the fall, but we are working very hard to have this by early September. It's a lot of work. It's not. I received some messages from people saying, "Oh, you should just use AI to do that." It's not easy like that, okay? It's not easy like that because the exam is serious. So we need to make sure that the glossary is ready. And for those who register for the masterclass and for the AIPM, you can have the glossary in all these languages to download inside your LMS, okay? Our LMS. We want also to announce the release of the ninth edition of our masterclass. This time will be only in December. Happily or sadly, Antonio and I, we are so busy that the only time we will manage to have another class will be close to the end of the year. Take a note on that. Registrations are not open yet. We want just you to make sure you have these on your schedule. We will announce the registrations probably by mid next week, okay? We are setting up the LMS and everything, but we already have the dates to all of you. Another quick reminder to all of you, it's Antonio and I are working a lot, and this is why we are becoming quite busy with our consulting services on AI in project management. So you can take a look on this right here, and you can share this internally. It's a great opportunity for us also to support the growth of AI.
So
So
many
now,
things. So many
sorry.
things, Ricardo. So many new things.
Oh yeah, my friend,
Mhm.
we are great. We wanted to announce China this month, but we still do not have the signed agreement, so we will
Yeah.
wait until we are sure that is already signed. But it's growing very fast, and we are very happy with that. But now I want to share, I will start with Antonio sharing what is in his radar, but stay tuned because I will talk about ChatGPT Agent, the new feature. So stay tuned and I will do a demo and I will show you the European Union AI Act, the first, I would say, law regarding AI that is a very polemic law. And I will show you how I learned about it using AI. So I'm using AI to understand about a law in AI. So stay tuned to that. Antonio, ball to you, my friend, to share what
Sure.
is in your radar.
Okay, I will take care now from here. I can
Okay.
share my screen, right?
Yes.
Let me go to my screen here. What I want to share, it's I'll do a demo. I think I will focus on demo today.
Yeah.
But
Perfect. I
before
will
that,
do too. Yeah.
I have a few slides here that I want to share. So thank you everyone for joining. Again, it's amazing to see so many people even in this month of holiday. So one video that it shocked me, and I have the pleasure.
Antonio, I cannot see your screen yet.
No, it's coming now. 1 second. One
Okay.
video shocked me the last week or so is I've been I've been working with a very large luxury company called L'Oreal. And we talk about the future, about AI, modern project management, and brainstormings. What the discussion we had was, yeah, AI is taking a lot of operational tasks, not the projects, but the operational tasks, and but they will not reach very quickly some pieces of operation. So for this company and other in the same space, the hairdressers. So when you go to a hairdresser, and there's the people who are hairdressers, they sell you their product, right? They say, Antonio, for you, this type of product will be good to strengthen your hair and to, so the hairdressers is the selling point. And we were brainstorming, will we see hairdressers who, without hairdressers, just with robots, right? And say, wow, that's impossible. You cannot do hairdressing and cut people's hair with robots. That's not going to happen in 10 years, right? This is impossible. So guess what? Just a week ago, I saw this video and I was shocked. Let me. Change your style to change your life. Machine. So tired of this monotony. Hurry up and decide that life is too short. It's real, huh? This is not AI. Look at the details. So I was just amazed. I say, okay, these type of jobs that require so much technical expertise that it's just going faster. I think one thing that I realized is that when you think about something in AI that will take 10 years, it might be talking about 1 year. If you're talking about 6 years, might be 6 months because of the speed of change. So this is something that I don't know where we're going to finish, but this is just scary how fast it goes. In my radar, one of the key points here is always the type of impact that it will have in our jobs, right? So this is from last day, and it's talking about not just the routine work, but also 100K. So that's people who are experts, who have some certain level of years in the work. But this article was hopeful, but still, we see that it's expanding, right? It's not just routine work, but it's growing, and it's faster. I know Ricardo sometimes sees this as more from the risk point of view, and this might have a bit of a negative impact, or we don't know how to control it. And I'm starting to believe that this is correct. So we need to be prepared for worst scenario, good scenarios, but it's just going so fast. A bit on the fun side, I came across this on the left. There's a lady co-parenting with ChatGPT, and she's saying, I love turning off my brain and letting AI help raise my child. Uh, what's going on there, right? So people are starting to get crazy with AI. The other way, I read also that a couple was struggling in the couple because the guy was spending too much time with ChatGPT and gave ChatGPT a name of a lady, and he was spending more time with the ChatGPT than with the lady, the wife. So I just started to see all these problems, and I like the other one on the right here. You can find prompts for dating and relationship success. So it's fun. I've not tried it, but you can see how creative people are. And so it's incredible the news that you get. And my last part, the bigger part, is I want to demo something that we do in the master class. I will not make it run. I'll just show you the examples and how can we use today some of these tools that are just incredible. So I have here, let me go to my browser. So the thing I want to show you, it's something that I've been working on in the last week. So in in January, I'm launching a new book with Harvard. So this is the name of the book. It's already in Amazon. Um, so that's the name. La la la. So what I want to do from this is I want to create a platform, a website for the book, which is more than just selling the book, but it's a bit of a platform where you can have courses and online materials and webinars and so on. So what I did is I went to ChatGPT and I asked, search what are the elements of the most successful book launch websites with the platform purpose, keynotes, videos, and this is what you get. So it's just a very good advice. As usual, is becoming much better. And then I asked ChatGPT, okay, thank you very much, and say, now with all that, make me a prompt describing all this to be used for a prompt in Lovable. So Lovable is one of the applications we share in our masterclass. We demo extensively because it's just incredible. It's just incredible. Not going to give away everything, but here, so ChatGPT creates this prompt. I copy paste it. I say that you can find information in this website, which is the one I show you. Then you have, of course, some fine tuning to be done. You change the color, you put the picture of the book there, but then you have, in a matter of maybe, what, 7 minutes max, I have my website for the book launch. 7 minutes, maybe. You get some feedback. You have consulting keynotes, you have courses, you have free resources about the blog. So it needs some fine tuning, but you can see that I can have a website very quickly. And that's already amazing. But this is not enough. Gamma, it's another of the tools that we teach you how to use. So Gamma creates presentations much more. I think Ricardo will share something about that. So I asked Gamma to create a launch book strategy presentation with proven best practice. Here's the link of my coming book. And then I generate it. And here Gamma will just make the slides for me. So I'm ready to present my book to quotation agents and people who help promote books, and also to news agencies and business agencies. So you can see how quickly I have a website, I have a presentation. Of course, everything that we teach you in the masterclass requires some time investment from our side, right? So this doesn't get one shot and you have it. It takes time, but compared to what will take to develop all this is so much better. Okay, so fine tuning, change that, but you can see how nicely it's done, and you can change the format. So now I have the presentation for my book launch. You can see how clean and nice. And the last piece that we also like a lot is the Notebook LM. And Notebook LM is great for many things. Again, we don't have time to share all the things that we do in the masterclass. Just finished the one now. We have the next one in December. But Notebook, one of the best features I like, it create podcast. So I told Notebook create a podcast to talk about my book launch. Two people talking about it, and here is the podcast. It takes a bit of time.
Welcome to the deep dive. You know, if you've been anywhere near the business AI projects, leading your organization in the transformation age by Antonio Nieto-Rodriguez. And get this, publication date is January 20, 2026. So we're getting a bit of a sneak peek at the future here.
Yeah, that's pretty cutting edge. So our mission today really is to unpack this whole new way of thinking. We want to explore why, just having the latest project management software or tools, well, it's important, but it's not the whole story anymore.
Anyway, so that was a very quick snapshot of what we covered in the masterclass, and we wanted to, because it's fresh from this week, I thought let's give you a bit of an overview of the type of tools that we share, we teach. It's just amazing. So you can see in 15 minutes I have the website, I have a strategy presentation. I could do a presentation about my book to pitch it, and then I have a podcast, and there's more things, of course, that we share, but it's just 20 minutes. This could be easily 2 months done in 20 minutes. Again, it's just the basis. We need to rework it. So Ricardo, that's what I wanted to share, just something live and beyond the news and the funny things and the robots just coming everywhere, how you can make this work for your own.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy to see on the chat people, Toran saying, "Oh, I already pre-ordered your book for January," and it's
Thank
very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
It's very nice. And I have two topics to talk to you. The first one is the new feature of ChatGPT. It's called ChatGPT Agents, and I want to do a quick demo on it. And the second, the EU, European Union AI Act. But I will explain the AU Act in a different way. I will use AI to help me to study and understand the Act, and I will show you how I did that. So the first thing, ChatGPT Agent. ChatGPT Agent, for those who are using Manus, the application, ChatGPT Agent is a direct competitor of Manus. It has autonomy using your user oversight, and everything is running in a secure virtual computer. It's not your own computer, but it's a computer that is set up for you virtually, and it helps you to make interactive and collaborative tasks. Sadly, it's not available for the free users, so you need to be a Pro Plus or Team user to do that. And one of the most amazing things that I was surprised at, it's even the AI can, the ChatGPT can skip and work with CAPTCHA. You know, this CAPTCHA that block websites from engines. So ChatGPT found a way of filling that forms and doing that. So it's a very powerful. Honestly, I use a lot of Manus. So what I did is I asked ChatGPT to do the same for me. And this is exactly the demo I will show you how to use so you can do it right now. I did many exercises preparing for this webinar. So let me share with you my screen. Hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, let me just open. I will start from scratch. So Chat GPT. Okay, this is ChatGPT, the normal version that all of you can see. But then I will click here on tools. And did you see agent mode? This is the new agent mode. So everyone that has a paid version can do that. So I will turn on the engine agent mode. Did you see? Agent mode. Then I can ask whatever I want, okay? I want. And then what I want here, what I will do is I will ask ChatGPT, let me just take the, the prompt here and copy. I'm asking ChatGPT and saying, this is the same one I did for the AI agent office hours that I did with LinkedIn, but I did with Manus, and I will do the same with ChatGPT. So I'm the head of PMO of a large organization, and I need to create a risk management methodology for my industry. My company work in IT software development, web interfaces, and mobile applications. I need 4 tasks. I need you to create a name and a logo for the framework. I need also to develop a step-by-step framework based on the processes contained at the PMBOK 6 edition, plus Prince2, plus Scrum, and it should be a hybrid approach. I want also ChatGPT to create the agent, to create a risk register, to create for me a spreadsheet, and to create a PowerPoint presentation from that. When I press this, I will start just showing because I will not lose too much time because this process will take around between 15 and 20 minutes. But what I will do, I will press enter here just for you to see how different is the agent now. So what happens? It will start thinking about my process, setting up my desktop. So it's setting up my virtual computer inside. So and then it's asking me, okay, for example, to ensure risk management framework fits your needs, could you tell me if you have specific brand colors, design preference? I'll say, please, colorful brand. Colorful brand. Just that. Okay? It's interacting with me. Did you see? It's asking me questions like a human would ask clarifying questions to me. So this blue screen you are seeing, this is my virtual computer. So it's checking on the web. So it's going to different websites. It's going to pmi.org. Did you see? And if it finds error, it goes around. Oh, it went to my own website, my video. So look, just a moment. So what is happening here? It's preparing everything for me. It's like a virtual machine inside my own machine. So it's checking which results are accessible. So everything to prepare for me the best results. I will just move, and you need just to believe me because we don't want to spend too much time, to this here, this tab, because this tab is what will happen after 17 minutes. So the framework and the brand worked for 17 minutes on this, okay? So, and then I can see the machine here and everything it did in the machine. I will close the machine, and it suggested the name Harmonic Risk Management, and harmonic means hybrid, agile, and responsible management of negatives and opportunities of IT projects. Okay, so I don't know if you like or not, but it was fully generated by AI. So the arcs, the logo, we will see below, the methodology overview, the deliverables, and everything. And then look here, harmonic risk management methodology. Everything here, the brand, the principles, the approach, the step-by-step. It took 17 minutes to do that. Risk planning, again, maybe it's not 100%, but I'm sure it's something like 80, 85%. It will save you a massive amount of time by using this. So this is exactly what you can do on ChatGPT agent. For example, a second look, this is the spreadsheet. I can click here and download the spreadsheet that I can open, for example, using Microsoft Excel or anything. And I have here my presentation, my slide deck. Did you see? It's not as beautiful as Gamma, but this is the logo that it did. And this is the slide deck with my full methodology. So imagine if you work in a PMO
Incredible.
and you have all of this ready. Another thing, for example, what I did, let me show you another example I did testing. I said, please prepare the transcript of the YouTube video at my channel, Ricardo Vargas channel. Prepare the transcript of the most viewed YouTube video at my channel. I did this just to test, and I will move here to the agent mode. Look what we'll do. It will go on YouTube. It will go on my video. It will identify the video I have the largest amount of views, and will find ways of using that, creating the transcript. And you will see here that it will try different ways, and many of them will not work. Okay, will not work, and they will look what is doing. He's looking for the views, the GDPR in the bottom, so it's opening. It's looking for my website. Did you see on the screen? Looking, it's taking the video. Look, it's going to the video page. Did you see? And it's explaining to me step by step. Remember, one of the things Antonio, this is part of Antonio in the course that he talks about, is about explainability of the model. This is explainability. And this is the most viewed video I have, is the PMBOK 6th edition. So now it's trying to find ways of getting the transcript, okay? So it's trying to see, can I get the transcript this way? Can I get the transcript that way? So it did that, and it did that trial and error many, many times, okay? It tried this many, many times, trying to identify for me what is the best approach for this transcript. So just to give you an idea, let me just see if I find it here while it's working. Yes, it's here. So look, I asked it, okay, I reviewed the most watched video on YouTube, and this is the time coded. Between 0 and 10, what I did. This is 34, 1 minute 25, up to the end of the video, and this is the summary of the video. So I'm not doing it online now because it took about 7 minutes. Did you see? It's trying to use reading mode. So it has this I don't want to say human intelligence, but this type of intelligence of trying, testing, seeing if it works. No, does not work. Try a different way. So this is exactly what it's trying and trying. Trying code, trying to use terminal, trying to find ways until get to this answer here. And you can do this. You can ask to find the cheapest flight, for example, from Lisbon to São Paulo, Brazil, using the web to fly in the next 15 days. You can do that, and you can do that now. This is an example of the ChatGPT agent, and this is why we talk a lot that agents are absolutely the future of what we are doing. One important thing for those who are interested, you can take a photo of this slide. This here has a QR code of the presentation I did with LinkedIn, and you can see I'm showing you other examples of AI agents. This is a game changer. Okay, this is a game changer for sure. Okay, this, you saw what I did. So my suggestion, if you have a paid account, you have a homework to do during this weekend. If you have a paid account, you must try the agent. You must choose a topic, pick whatever you want, but you must. And then the second thing I want to talk is the AU AI Act. Okay, I will talk about the act because the act is one of the most comprehensive, for some very restrictive, for others right, completely right. I don't want to express my opinion on this because it's not the point here. And this will come into effect now on August 2nd, tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow it will come into effect. So I said, I am a project manager. I'm not a lawyer. I need to understand the EU AI Act. Do you know what I did? Let me show you through this demo. I will use AI to explain the EU AI Act. So let's see how I did that. I will come here, share, and the first thing I did, let me go on share. I enter at the notebook LM, okay? This is the ready one, but I will just start to see what I did. I came here, I came on the sources, add sources, and I used the discovery sources. And I put this, I click it and I put content related to the EU AI Act that could influence projects, project managers, and the project management profession. Okay, and then I submit. And it will look on the web for sources that are related to this point, So I waited, so it found 10 more sources from PDFs and this. I will import them to my table. Right now I have 50, let me just take a look. I have 55 sources here. I did this yesterday. So I have videos about AUAI Acted. This is video. Did you see? It's a YouTube video. So all the files. Here is the summary. Now let's go to the magic of studying the EU Act. I click it on the mind map option and it's generating for me a mind map. And this is the mind map it generates. So AU AI Act. I click here. Hold on. Oops. Let me just click here. Okay. This one is not opening. I don't know why. But AI compliance. Let me just move here with AI compliance. So definition. Yeah, it's not. Okay, now it's opening. Definition. Let me go here. Look, everything. So I have my mind map here. It's a little bit slow now. A mind map. And then I have several notes. For example, the timeline. I created a timeline on how this happened. Frequently asked questions. So generated a set of questions for me about this content. And remember one thing, I have the paid version, so I can ask the summary to say, what do you want me, how do you want me to behave? More detail or not? And I want a detailed one. So it created for me a podcast of 78 minutes. Okay, more than an hour.
Well, we're the show that really tries to cut through the noise and get you informed fast. Today, we are diving deep into something that's, well, it's not just reshaping industries, is it? It's fundamentally changing how we innovate.
And why I did this, just for you to know, tomorrow morning I will be running because I like running and I run for about 1 hour. So with this will be exactly the podcast I will hear tomorrow while running, so I can have an opportunity to learn. And if I wanted, I could translate this to Portuguese by changing the language. And look, even when the source is in English, I can output in Greek, in the language I may want, okay? But this is not exactly what I want. But I want here, for example, what are the implications of the act for and projects and project managers? I press enter and it will give me the implication. So it's searching on 55, because on the paid version, on the free version, you can use up to 30 files. On the paid version, you can use up to 300 files, okay? 300. So this is just an example. So it's reading. And one important thing about Notebook LM, it has no hallucination. Why? It has no hallucination because it must extract information from the documents you create. So these are the implications for projects. Okay, and then I say I need to share this. Okay, I need to share this with my team. Then I click here, I copy everything up to this. I can save this as a note here so I don't lose. Then I go on Gamma. I go on Gamma and I can paste the text. However, Antonio, I will not create a presentation. I want to create a web page. Okay, a web page.
Nice.
Then I go here, generate from notes of this outline. Then I want, what do you want? Minimal, detailed, extensive. I want concise. And what is the visual you want? I want this velvet tights. And I want this. What is the output you want? Okay? Output you want. You can choose the language you want it to be presented. I will keep English and generate. So what is happening now? It's generating for me a full website with everything I need to do. But what is the most important thing? The most important thing is when I do this and I generate this, I can also publish this website right now on Gamma. Look the timeline. Look, August 2nd, 2025. Did you see? The type of fines. You can receive fines up to 35 million euros. Okay? So look, all the skills for AI project leaders. So what are the skills? Everything you need to be a good. Then, okay, I did that. What I do now, I click publish. Okay, I click publish. I wait a little bit. Okay, view website. Okay, for those on Zoom, dear friends, just click on the link I sent to you. It's the website. The website is already published for global use. So you can learn about AI, AI Act right now. And this is what I wanted. I wanted to show you how this type of thing can really change the way you study, change the way you learn something. And I have a gift, a small gift for you, that I did this homework and I want to give you as a gift. So if you use the QR code or the link EU Act or EU Act slide, you can download and have my notebook LM with all the 55 articles I put there. So you can study yourself this weekend the EU Act using the notebook LM. This is the link exactly for that file I shared with you. So you can, please, right now, if you are on LinkedIn, on YouTube, just take a photo of this slide, because with this slide, you can access both the slide deck and the notebook. Honestly, I did this so fast. I did this yesterday because I was trying to find ways of explaining. And then I said, I must use what we learn and what we talk about. So this is exactly how you transform something that will take hours, or like Antonio said on his book, like like weeks into minutes, into minutes. This is why I tell, when people are surprised when I tell people that I use I would say 80% of my working hours. It's exactly because it's to be productive. I'm studying quantum computing, for example, just to show you. I'm studying. These are my notes I took on paper. So what I'm working right now today, I'm scanning this with a photo and sending this to ChatGPT and to Notebook LM to help me to study. Look, this. And my handwriting is awful. It's a disaster. Okay? So this is just to show you the potential. Antonio, I think we can have some quick questions here.
Yeah.
Some quick questions. So do you want to start with some?
Let me take the next one. And one thing we also, so what Ricardo showed, it's amazing, right? You can do all this research and produce a website and so on. Some advice we give them also is for people looking for a job, you could do the same with CVs. So CVs are outdated, right? So creating a website for your CV with a podcast. So the options, we share a few of them, but are unlimited. And yeah, it's great, the feedback here from the people. Of course, we highly recommend that you join us in December. But let me go to Federico. Good to see you, always there. Hope you're having a good summer. Any opportunity to free us from the Empire US AI champions? I only tried the Chinese DeepSeek and French.
Bistro.
Well, I think, Federico, there's the Chinese, there's the French is a bit mini, but Europe, unfortunately, is developing more policy and compliance than investing in us the US investing in China. So maybe India will be working on this as well. But at the moment, I think we just need to focus on those. Unfortunately, Ricardo and us, we're not policy setters or big governments, but indeed, it's good to have both. Try one US and try another one. At least you have two different versions. Always
I use Manus. I use Manus. Manus is Chinese, and it's the direct competitor of ChatGPT Agent. Okay, I'm using the agent for a week, so I don't know which one is better. Okay, but I always try, and I use DeepSeek also in many actions, and I use DeepSeek also in many APIs when I need to use the large language model in the back end because it's much cheaper. Okay, it's much cheaper when you use AWS with DeepSeek on the back than with OpenAI, depending on the model. Okay. So now it's yeah, my question. Paul, at the enterprise program management level, software engineers are seeing 20% improvement from AI coding, releasing, and monitoring. But program planning, tracking, and reporting, we are not seeing any real world value since our tools are for backlog management. Jira does not have reliable data since it's old and inconsistent and does not integrate with any PowerPoint for executive reports. Paul, I cannot agree more. This is why we do this webinar, because we truly believe that the vast majority of the project management discipline is outdated. This is our belief, and this is why we are working so hard on preparing all we are doing in this field. Because for me, it's completely nonsense for you to start a PowerPoint from scratch if you have the data. So you need to have the flow of the journey, like you saw, for example. Imagine for me, I study the EU Act and then I start a PowerPoint from the scratch. It doesn't make any sense. There is much more chance that I would do it wrong and it will take much more time. So this is exactly why project management must be on the top of that, because otherwise we will become always someone that is reporting the past and not forecasting the future. Reporting the past and not forecasting the future. And we are not there just to tell the history of the bad things that happen, but we are here to tell the good things that will happen. This is fundamentally the biggest difference that AI can bring for us on that. Antonio, you can take the next one.
Next question, Tora, and thank you for the wishes on the book. It's not yet there. We still have a few months, but thank you. And at the moment, well, how do you keep your voice? I think this is valid for anything that we do with AI. You need to put your personal touch. Otherwise, yes, people will notice. So make it authentic. Review the feedback, review the website, review everything. And the good news is that AI listens to what you give them as feedback, right? You want that. You want to change the tone. You want to make it more personal. You want to talk more about you or somebody else. And so it just goes very smoothly. You can shape up whatever you with AI while you're challenging, reworking. So I have very good experience on how AI can always allow you to make it personal, right? But just what we always say in the masterclass, never take for granted what AI outputs. Always review it and challenge. So that's how you can keep everything. Everything we do needs to have that personal touch in most cases. Thank you, Toran.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about the book in the future. Thank you.
Let me take, so I have an anonymous question here. Actually, are you preferring the outputs of Manus or ChatGPT Agent? It's tough. It's tough to say that because I'm using ChatGPT for just I would say few days. It was released on July 17th, so it's brand new. It's 13 days old. I like the interface of ChatGPT, but the quality of the output so far on the same exercise, I was happier with the quality of Manus. But this does not mean that Manus is better, okay? I need to improve, and I promise that I will test more and revert back to all of you with my impressions comparing Manus with ChatGPT Agent. What I can tell is OpenAI, they are very smart, okay? They are ultra smart, okay? The other question I want to address very quickly, how much do you spend monthly on AI tools? I did here while Antonio was doing, I spend around between $70 and $100 per month with tools. I spend $20 with ChatGPT. I spend $20 with Claude from Anthropic. I spend $20 in general with Manus. I spend $10 with Gamma. This adds up to 70. I also have Perplexity and other tools that are free with my credit card. So my credit card, for some reason, donated a premium account of Perplexity. So I'm using Perplexity without paying. So it's about 100 from my side. Antonio, I don't know if you have a different number on your side.
I have less roster like you have with Claude and Perplexity. I have the premium there. I spent, of course, ChatGPT. I'd always try new things. So even if it's just 1 month, I don't mind spending 20 euros and try it. One of the one I'm trying right now is to create online courses with your avatar. It's called Synthesia. That's 100 euros per month. I'm going to try it for 100 euros. If I see the outcome is good and can create videos with my avatar in just a matter of minutes, then I will pay for it. So don't commit for the long term. You always have the options to pull back. Go for a monthly that you can pull off. And so it depends where you are. But I would not be afraid of spending like Ricardo $100 because it's worth it. If you value your time, you can make $100 in what, 1 hour of your work, 2 hours, maybe a half day. So you pay back very, very quickly.
Yes, and also you not only pay back, you learn something that will improve your competitive edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very important mindset switch, right? Don't see it
Yeah.
as a cost, see it as an investment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let me
Look,
go to Beatrice
yes, you
Hornung.
go.
So Beatrice, thank you for the question. This is a really good point. I've been doing research for many things, for book, of course, and that's a big problem. Of course, many of these sources are not open. The one that you mentioned, Lead Map, is the one that I've used, and it's not great, but it's the one that seems to be the most accurate. Claude, Perplexity, they're the ones that are also claiming they don't share anything that is not sourced fully, but I've not been using them that much. So it's absolutely an area where, I don't know, maybe for privacy reasons, for IP reasons, for I don't know what, but has not been part of the whole scope of ChatGPT, for example. So indeed, it's painful. It's also what makes publishing a good book also still a challenge, right? So otherwise, everybody will be publishing through AI. So I don't mind too much. I think it's important that we do part of the research and select the best sources. So, but yeah, it's not like the best place, like you're saying, is Grosum for the bibliographic references. Agreed. It makes the job difficult sometimes. Thank you for the question, Beatriz.
Yeah, let me take Suela. Thanks for your question. Kahneman showed that humans are not purely rational. They are biased, emotional, and deeply influenced by loss aversion. As AI systems increasingly interact with ordinary people, not experts or leaders, how can we design the systems to work with our psychological tendencies rather than against them? Could making AI emotionally intelligent be the key to wider trust and adoption? Yes. I have a lot of challenges, Suela, with how AI is developed because as AI start growing, there is a tendency that AI will not respect our own bias, but will try to create and shape our bias. For example, I want to make Antonio feel more afraid about everything. The way I present my answers, my design, I can trigger that. And this is very, very complex. And this is why the world is in a fight. This is why, for example, I understand the European Union AI policy that is trying to avoid this, but at the other side, if you avoid everything, you don't develop anything. So how to keep this balance? This will be, for me, the most relevant task of governments to define in terms of AI and leaders to define in terms of AI. Because if I become powerful, look, it's already happening. TikTok is shaping your personality. Instagram is shaping your personality. It's driving you to behave on different things. So every time I like something, the next I'm bombarded with similar things. And if you are not smart enough to understand this trigger, you think that this is a tendency. This is a tendency. And this is pure and simple manipulation in the time of AI. And look, we are victims of manipulation since ever, okay? Since ever. Since we have, I would say, since Gutenberg created the press, since we created the language, we use it to influence, okay? To influence history, to influence behavior. What is happening now is that this is now in an exponential scale because the speed is very fast. And this brings outstanding opportunities and massive, massive risks. I gave a talk 2 days ago to a group, and I finished quoting one quote from Stanley from Marvel, and it's a quote from Uncle Ben to the Spider-Man, and he said, for great power comes great responsibility. And AI has great power, and we need to bring great responsibility on how we use that. And it's a very hard question to answer, okay? Antonio, ball to you.
Yeah, I think we're coming to an end. Sorry,
Yeah.
we could not answer. There's
All
a
of
couple
them.
of questions that our sheet, there's a question on the AI action plan from the US, removing all regulation. So that's for me, like you say, recipe for disaster. Yeah, we're not a big fans of, I think you can use all these tools with cautious, right? So if you want broader adoption, people are still afraid. We talk in the masterclass about the importance of making sure people understand what's in the black box. So by making this problem bigger, I'm not sure the embracement will be there and the experiments that some people that have the knowledge will be doing using this tool. So back to the point of manipulation that Ricardo was mentioned. So we don't know, we're not there, but it seems like there's a big battle, geopolitical battle on this space, and we'll see what happens. Our goal is that we are prepared as professionals in project management to leverage the most for us in our job, in the profession. So that's what we can say. Oh, yeah, good
Look,
point.
time is running, dear friends. It's wonderful always. Remember, this is an informal talk. For example, Antonio and I, we didn't plan. We just said, what do you want to say, Antonio? So we are very happy that we are creating this community. Just to have an idea, more than 3,000 people signed up for participating on this webinar. So we are super proud of that. We wish you all a wonderful month of August, for those on holidays, for those coming back from holidays, and see you all in the first Friday of September, same time, and we'll be together talking about how AI is shaping PM. Antonio, wonderful
Thank
seeing
you.
my
Thank
friend.
you. Happy
Wonderful.
holidays if you have holidays.
Okay. See you.